let me begin by saying this was one of the worst dates. This was even worse than the date with the guy who was hugging and kissing me like a lunatic, okay? That date was actually more pleasant than this character. Talk about date from hell. Okay. He's nothing to look at, but forget about that. He's 6 feet tall. That's not bad. He's kind of fit. Passable. The face could be good if he got his teeth fixed and a decent haircut and colored his hair, which is like a million different shades of gray, white, and brown. Crazy. Really in need of dental work. Says he never goes to a dentist because it's a big ripoff. Okay. Owns 2 houses. Rents out 1. Okay, so, and he has a good job. He looks older at 61 than the handsome guy at 71. He looks older and he's 10 years younger. Go figure this out because I can't. He doesn't do drugs or anything like that. Doesn't drink. Look how genetics just plays a part in how, you know, some of these guys age. I didn't wear this wig. This wig is too good to wear. All right, now this wig, I want you to know, I had no choice but to use steam to flatten out the permatease because it was way, way, way out of control. Now I did do that and look how good it looks. I mean, it really looks nice now. And if you're using any kind of a clip, because it does have a lot of hair where you put it up, then this is going to look really super, super nice. So I'm very happy with this Harper. And this, I don't think, is going to warp because I'm not putting her back in the box. I think that's a determining factor. She will be put on a wig stand, like one of those ones with ventilation, like this type, with some tissue paper, okay? And maybe a dryer sheet, so that'll absorb, which will be a good idea, I think. And that's how she's going to stay. So I think that's part of avoiding any warping, which I've been duly warned about, and I appreciate that being pointed out by one of our wig sisters. I think that'll avoid the problem of any potential warping. So she's looking much more realistic now, and I'm really happy with this Harper wig. I wouldn't get her again because she's really I mean, if you like poof, this is your girl. But now it's good, and I love the color. This 10613 GR. It's just a fantastic blonde. Really nice. Okay. So let's get back to this date from hell. I meet him there. He's on time. Okay. Again, he looks kind of schleppy. I wore this, a sweater dress. Nice stockings, high heel boots. You know, very nice. So I pointed out where I wanted to sit. Never, never, it's a first, did I have a man ever say to me, oh, why did you want to sit on this side? Like, maybe I have a secret agenda. Maybe I have someone filming us outside the window, which is closed with shutters anyway. Why did you pick to sit over here? Already with the why. Everything I said was why, okay? So I said, how would it help you to know that? So then when I ask him a question, he says, how would it help you to know that? If I wanted a parrot, I'd have such a bird with me in my home. I don't need this parrot type of man quizzing me. You know, what is this? All right. Then he's such a chatterbox, and he's got a voice, I'm telling you, chalk across the blackboard. Again, he drops his voice when he's speaking. My hearing is so sharp, I could hear, which I did hear, someone burp at the next table. Like, I was like, oh my God, how gross. Check, please. Not for me. Give it to him, even though I learned he's very cheap. Of course, I didn't pay for anything because I would say, I don't have any money. What are you asking me for? The way to avoid ever having someone pull any kind of shtick on you, which I haven't had happen, because I always wear a dress. That's the secret. When you wear a dress, they feel they have to pay because you're automatically a lady. It works every time. And let's say in the worst case scenario, they did ask. Well, you could ask. I don't have anything on me. I left the house with nothing. So when the guy, the maitre d' who actually is the owner, he's going to say, yeah, what's with this guy? Of course, you're supposed to pay the check. No danger when you're in a Greek diner. The Greeks will side with you. So I ordered an egg white omelet, and he's going on and on and on about his wife died in August 2020, but he doesn't feel he should wait to date because, he's looking for someone he has chemistry with. And if I did not look like my picture on the website, he was going to leave because he's had enough of this. Then he tells me a story. He went out with this woman. She lived upstate. And because he didn't kiss her on the first date, she did not want to see him again. But now I got the real story. I said, really, that doesn't make any sense. And she was pretty? And she didn't want to see you again because you didn't kiss her on the first date? I got the true story. Oh, no, it wasn't really that. I thought not. It's that we lived too far apart. That changed the story completely than the story that he told me on the phone 2 nights ago, that he stuck to the story because I didn't kiss her. She didn't want to see me again. No, you fool. It's because you lived 500 miles away. That's why she didn't want to see you again. Not because you didn't give her one of your fabulous kisses on the first date. Really get over yourself because you're nothing to look at. For sure. All right. Then he makes some sort of wisecrack about health insurance. We're talking. Why that topic? I have no idea. Oh, because of the dentist and the dental insurance and how much it costs him. And he'd rather have rotten teeth than spend the money because these dentists, they're such thieves and liars. God knows it's a conspiracy. Talks about dentists like they're in the mafia. And I'm just staring at him. He says, well, if I married you, I'd have better insurance. I said, well, I would never marry you. So that's not going to happen. In fact, I feel sorry for the wife who's deceased. She had to suffer with this character for 26 years. I can't even suffer through this for 2 hours. So countdown has begun, and I'm thinking, all right, you know what? I really do want dessert. So I said to him, do you mind if I get dessert? He said, no, you should use me for whatever you can tonight. Well, I'd like a piece of cheesecake. Then I'm out of here. I get my cheesecake, and he just goes on because he loves to hear himself talk. Then I asked him, what's your last name? Are you on Facebook? Ooh, another guy in the witness protection program. There's so many. It's like legions. He says, oh, well, what's your last name? I said, I'm not going to tell you until you tell me. I asked you first. What is this? What are we, in high school? Well, no, I'd rather not say. Because then you'll look me up. I said, of course I'm going to look you up. Well, no. I'm like, all right, fine. I said, well, guess what? You're not getting a second date until I get your last name. So then he looked like really mad. So I kept eating with him because I know I'm not going to see him again. Okay, the date was finally over because this was like bamboo under the fingernails. Just the worst. I couldn't say anything without being like subject to an interrogatory. Innocent until proven guilty. He gets the check and he's studying it because I found out he's an accountant. Unbelievable. He pays the check and I said, did you leave a tip? He says, yeah, I added it to the charge card. All of like $5 maybe, because he definitely does not look like a big tipper. And who doesn't have cash? You're in a diner. What are you charging this? Unbelievable. But I did something really shrewd. I said, I'm going to sit in my car because there's one way out and I want to see what kind of car this cheapskate is driving. We shook hands because I already warned him, no touching on the first date. I've had it with that nonsense. So we shook hands and I said, thank you for the dinner. Okay, get in my car. And I'm just on my, texting on my phone. And I'm near the entrance, so he has to drive by my Subaru. This guy who owns 2 houses is driving some piece of junk. Some Mazda. Not that I'm deriding Mazda because they have some beautiful cars, but it's the cheapest Mazda you can buy. The real economy Mazda that you would kind of give your son or daughter to drive to college. It's a college student type of vehicle. Not a grown man type of vehicle. So he drives away, toot, 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 in his little, all right. And I say to myself, there's no way. There's just no way. Along with everything else, the scratchy voice and the whole package with the car was like the pièce de résistance, the frosting on the cake, as it were. He texts me. I knew he was going to do it. I'm talking to my ex-husband, having a hilarious conversation because he's very funny. Retired cops are always hilarious. And I see there's a text. I said, who do you think this is from? He says, oh, it's from the guy, the cheapskate. I see, he says to me, well, even though you didn't thank me and tell me that you had a lovely evening tonight, I thanked you for dinner. I didn't say lovely evening because to me there was nothing lovely about it. It was lovely after it was over. Then my night got a lot better. He says, but if you'd like to go out Sunday, I was thinking of taking a walk in the park. I tell my ex, do you believe this guy is asking me on a date? Whereby we will be not going out for brunch, but taking a walk. Now this guy has a dog, so what I really wanted to say is, why don't you walk your dog? That's what you could do. Sayonara. See you later, alligator. So what I answered instead was, a walk? He said, why, you don't walk? We could walk and I could talk about the movies that I'm watching on Netflix. Fascinating topic, isn't it? I'd rather walk on hot coals than take a walk with this loser. So I said to him, that's not a date. Oh, well, what would you like to do? You know what I said to him? I wanted to say, why don't you take a long walk on a short pier? But I said to him, that's quite frugal. But thank you for the dinner. And take care. That was it. And then he said, wow, you are really nice. And then I blocked him. Thank you, next. Anyway, let's talk about something more pleasant. I want to show you, because I previously discussed the wig grip that I use. This is how it looks in the package. This is how it comes packaged. And this is what it looks like out of the package. I'm going to show you a couple, okay? So, this is fantastic. Look at this. It's just great. And it comes in petite, average, and large, okay? What is this one? This one is the petite. It's a little too small. I buy the average now, I learned. Now, let's be specific. The petite fits from, I would say, a 19-inch head to 21 inches. If your head is more than 21 inches, your head circumference, you're going to need the average. This is the petite. It's like, you know, it's ridiculous. It's too small. Okay. That's the gray. Okay. Then we have the blonde. I think this is called blondes. Yeah. Okay, this is the blonde one. Let me see what this size was. This I also got in petite. Another mistake, but I just, you know, I make it work. Okay, so this is the blondes. Again, I want to point out that this item is made in the US of A. It's made very nicely. Last but not least, this is the brown color. I just love these wig grips. Okay. So this is definitely an average. This brand new one. Okay. Now let's compare. It's an inch difference, okay? It's about an inch. So this is the petite, this is the average. The average is just perfect on my 21.70 inch noggin. I just love this. So now, you know about the wig grip situation. It really makes a big difference, especially when a wig is a little bit roomy and you don't want to like alter the cap and you just need a little bit of something. That really helps. So there you have it. Onward, Christian soldiers. Until we meet again in the next video, and I hope to have another date. Until the next video, stay tuned. More to come, and as I promised, a tutorial.